Alright guys, hope you're doing well. Lewis here, and just wanted to do a quick update before I take a well-earned break until Wednesday. Going away with my partner to the east coast of England. Gonna relax for a few days, get away from all this fear-based nonsense, and just focus on some positive stuff. So, as I'm sure you're all aware of what's going on in the world at the moment with the coronavirus, I'm just going to just present my thoughts. I'm not going to go too much into the details of what to do if you end up getting it, although it's probably highly likely that you'll probably not get it, because I know Luke has done a video on that, so I just wanted to talk about some other things. I will say that this is probably going to be a time of some intense economic problems for a lot of people. So what I am going to be doing to help is I'm going to be discounting the hair analysis tests that I do for the next 2 months. So if that's something that's going to help, give me a shout, and that's something that I want to do to help people who are struggling economically. So for the next 2 months, so what we're on, started this 2 days ago, so 12th of March, April, May, so until the 12th of May, I'm going to be discounting quite a lot on my tests. So the beauty of this nutritional balancing program is that it's a work from home program, heal from home program, so I can still help from anywhere around the world. That's the beauty of technology. This is not serious enough, in my opinion, for technology to go down. So that's what's great about this program, and in many ways this is designed into the program already. Dr. Wilson's main aim for nutritional balancing was safe, secure. You can do it at home, do it in your own time. You don't particularly need people to be around people. So in many ways you can use these next 2 months really to your advantage, which is what I'm going to be doing. The way that these sort of pandemics work is that as quick as they come on, a little bit like a healing reaction, they'll just disappear. One thing that's really important to do in these times is to be grateful. The attitude of gratitude is very, very powerful. So try and be thankful for things. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably been going down this path. Happy as Larry, as they say, and then all of us are complaining about things all the time, and I'm definitely one of those people that have fallen into them traps as well, so I'm not saying that I'm sort of some angel, but yeah, one thing that it makes you realise is that some things just happen suddenly, just like this pandemic, and be grateful, be grateful for what you've got, what you had, and just try and be thankful for as many things as possible is a really powerful sort of medicine for getting through these next 2 months. So yeah, I mean, instead of being in fear, which is what the rogues want you to be, which is what the world wants you to be, try and switch that around. I mean? I understand, it's hard to not feel something when you're just reading the propaganda that's going off on the TVs, but what lessons are you learning? What lessons are you learning? And like I said just now, gratitude was something that came up for me. Wow, I need to be even more grateful, because you just don't know what's around the corner. What can you do in these times? How can you make a positive out of these times? Well, I've took a bit of money out of my investments. So I've got some security there in terms of finances. You don't know what's going to happen financially. I thought to myself, well, how can I best, spend this time, whatever's going to happen? Look, I'm building an online school. One of the greatest gifts that I want to give to people is to put my knowledge into some sort of online school, because there's so much experience that I've had. Dr. Wilson's had a lot of practitioners. That for me, the best way for me to sort of get that out there is to create some sort of package that people can look at fully, because really you just can't get enough through Skype or whatever. There's just too much to talk about. That's why Dr. Wilson's website is so big. So that's something that I've switched it around. I've seen it as an opportunity to sort of hunker down a little bit, to sort of, in many ways, yeah, just get your head down and figure out how can you turn this on its head and turn it into a positive. So yeah, as I say, I'm not going to talk about how to protect yourself too much. Luke's talked about that, but will say two things. The coronavirus is very, very, very heat sensitive. It's very yin, what we call it in Chinese medicine. So if you can heat up the body doing the sauna, that's going to be an excellent way of overcoming this virus if you get it. And a lot of people won't even get it. A lot of people won't even experience symptoms. Also colloidal silver, the Arabesque brand or Silver Sovereign brand. If you start getting symptoms, you can take 1 to 3 tablespoons of that every day for around 10 days. And that's going to be very, very good. So those are the top 2 tips. And for any other tips, check out Luke's video that's before this. The benefits of being in this position, you go into the shop and everyone's running around getting things from the shelves, and all the nutritional balancing stuff is still there, all full. No one's took that. No one's collecting the cans of sardines and the blue corn chips and the organic vegetables and even the frozen vegetables, which I got a little bit of. Depending how bad things get, frozen vegetables is great because you can just keep them in the freezer. You don't have to leave the house. Canned sardines, again, is fantastic. So just try and think about all the positives and be grateful and just, how can you take advantage of the situation rather than being in fear, because that's what they want you to do. So yeah, please sign up to our newsletter, because this online school is something I really want a lot of people to be in contact with. So www.deephealingspace.com. I'm not sure what this is all about. I think things have been blown way out of proportion. It's not a serious problem in my opinion. It is the flu, and I think there's something fishy about basically ruining, having an economic collapse. There's something else going off in my opinion. We all know, a lot of things that have gone off in the past that now you realise actually there was a hidden agenda there. So I don't know what hidden agendas are going off, but I do know that there's a global recession is going to be forced because of the flu, which you're not going to get rid of. You know what I mean? The flu's the flu, just like a seasonal flu. It's going to come back, even if you stay inside for 2 months, lock down the whole world. When you come out of your homes after 2 months, the flu's still going to be around. It's just people are still going to pick it up. So I do think there's something behind this economic collapse that they're doing on purpose. In many ways, it's a good thing because new systems need to sprout up. But in many other ways, it's a bad thing because businesses are going to be under serious threat. But what I find really the most, disconcerting is that it's not like a financial crash whereby the lid just cannot stay on and it crashes, but people can still work. Humans can still work. Humans have a lot of ingenuity. They can still get out there and use their manpower to sprout from the ashes, to grow, to like grassroots. They can come up and build new things. But this way is very, very strange, because what happens is the governments force people to stay indoors. Businesses have got they can't do anything. They can't use their ingenuity. As human beings, they can't take full responsibility for themselves. So their businesses just will crash and fail on purpose because of the flu. And then that means that the government can come in and take more power, and where humans are more dependent on the government, which you get in more sort of socialist communist states, which to me that seems to be something that could be happening behind the scenes, because this is just a mild flu, and I don't think you should be ruining global economy and global sanctity in this way, like what's going to happen. So that's all I've got to say on the matter. Like I say, it's all new to me, but those are sort of the things that are coming up at the moment. Keep healthy, keep safe, as I say, if you're struggling financially, give me a shout. I'll try and help you out a little bit. And yeah, we'll be in touch. I'm going to take a vacation. Ciao for now.